Sarah had always enjoyed the solitude of being home alone. The peace and quiet provided her with a sense of independence and freedom. Tonight was no different. Her parents had gone out for a late-night event, leaving her alone in the house. As darkness fell, she settled down on the couch, engrossed in a thrilling horror movie. Unbeknownst to Sarah, a storm was brewing outside. The wind howled, rattling the windows, and the rain hammered against the roof, creating an eerie symphony. The flickering lights from the television cast haunting shadows across the room, adding to the atmosphere of suspense. Suddenly, she heard a faint creaking sound coming from upstairs. Her heart skipped a beat. She paused the movie and strained her ears, hoping it was just her imagination. But then, the sound repeated, a distinct footstep on the stairs. Fear crept into her bones as she realized she wasn't alone in the house. A cold sweat broke out on her forehead, and she clenched her fists, contemplating her options. She couldn't call her parents since they were out of reach. The only choice she had was to investigate the source of the noise herself. Trembling, she mustered the courage to get up from the couch. With each step she took, the creaking intensified. The old wooden stairs seemed to groan beneath her weight, amplifying the dread that consumed her. The darkness seemed to grow denser as she ascended the staircase, her hands sliding against the damp railing. When she reached the top of the stairs, she hesitated, listening intently. The sound seemed to be coming from her parents' bedroom. The door was slightly ajar, and a faint light spilled into the hallway. Fear mingled with curiosity, driving her forward. She pushed the door open, her heart pounding in her chest. What she saw next would forever haunt her nightmares. The room was in disarray, furniture overturned and personal belongings scattered everywhere. In the corner stood a tall, shadowy figure, its back turned toward her. It wore tattered clothing, its silhouette seeming almost unreal. Dread washed over Sarah as she realized that this intruder was no ordinary person. Paralyzed with fear, she watched as the figure slowly turned to face her, revealing a pale, contorted face, devoid of any expression. Its eyes, hollow and empty, pierced through her soul. Sarah let out a blood-curdling scream, her voice lost in the storm raging outside. The figure took a slow, deliberate step toward her, its movements unnaturally fluid. Sarah's survival instincts kicked in, and she turned to run. But before she could take a single step, icy fingers closed around her arm, pulling her back. The last thing she saw was the figure's grotesque smile before everything faded to darkness. The following morning, Sarah's parents returned home to find the house in shambles. Their daughter was nowhere to be found, leaving behind only a chilling sense of loss and a lingering mystery. The legend of the haunted house spread throughout the town, a reminder to all who dared to be home alone of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. For more stories like this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. New stories every day at midnight.